Hey, hey, Pisces! Thank you so much for joining me for your June readings. Very excited to see what's ahead for you. This has been like, you know, you're the last sign of the zodiac, you're the last sign that I'm reading, and there have been some really like cool themes happening in the reading. So I'm like, let's see if those same cards pop up for you. Like when I was kind of just meditating and shuffling and starting to tune into your energy, talk to your spirit posse before I turned on the camera, you had a couple of jumpers that have been the same in other readings. Like this seems like a month when a lot of people are making some wealth and some big leaps. You hear that? Spirit just like threw out one card. All right, let's see. That's your first card. They're already ready to talk. Lovely. Look at you there, Pisces. Page of Cups. So sweet. Always a bearer of good and sweet and emotional news. Okay. All right. So let's just get into it. Pisces in June. What do they need to know, Spirit? My Pisces friends, Pisces sun, Pisces moon, Pisces rising. For their highest good. What do they need to know this month for their highest good? I'm liking it so far. Woo! Pisces, Pisces, Pisces sun, Pisces moon, Pisces rising in the month of June. Beautiful. What do we need to know, Spirit? Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. And don't worry, Pisces, I will pan you down in just a second so you can see everything that I see. Pisces sun, Pisces moon. Ooh, yay, okay. Okay, just 3 more, please, for Pisces, Spirit. For Pisces. 1 more. For June 2018. Pisces. Pisces. Beautiful way to end your spread. Okay. All right. Let me get everybody arranged here and kind of take this in for just a second, Pisces. The very first thing that Spirit is saying to me is that it feels like there is some concern about how an argument or like a disagreement is going to turn out, and they're telling me it's going to be fine. So of course, you know, Pisces, this is a general reading. It's not one-on-one, but like before they've even, like, there are way more important things, I guess, going on here. Like, but I suppose because you're like a sweet sign, they're coming out the gate with like, look, they're concerned that like somebody who said something harsh, or maybe they feel like they said something harsh, or like that there is some kind of schism or like disagreement or people not seeing eye to eye. I feel very confident telling you that that is sort of going to take care of itself. It feels like this is maybe between you and a family member or somebody close to you. So it feels like that's why you're concerned, and at the same time it's the same reason why it's going to be fine. Like, this has more longevity than you might be like giving it credit for. And that's not a judgment. That's just like, you might be worried and it's really not that big a deal. Like if you speak to this person or they're going to come and speak to you, like it's all is going to be well. That's the first thing. Okay. A lot of joy and satisfaction and hope in your cards. And also a lot of help. You know, I said that you came in as the first card, the Page of Cups. So people want to help you this month. That's the first thing, is like people are seeing you as this like wonderfully sweet, open-hearted, positive person. And like, who wouldn't want to help the kind of person that is always just like a bearer of sweetness and a bearer of good news? Like, you've been sending out some really kind messages or transmissions, and they are very well received. You have the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles in your spread, as far as court cards represent people around you in real life. And they also, Pisces, whenever we meet a court card in a reading and in life, it is because they are also there to evoke those qualities that we have within us that we might not know about, or they're dormant, and this person helps us kind of like activate them. You're getting activated. Big time. I should just show you your cards, huh? Okay. All right. Let's do it, Pisces. Let's go look. And you can use that massive, brilliant intuition that you have for yourself, too. All right. Make sure you can see everybody at your party. So here you are, next to the Queen of Wands. Let's talk about these people. A couple of queens. Now, especially because this is a general reading, I am not going to assign a gender of any kind to these court cards. You can identify any way that you want to. I'm going to go more by personality for how you're going to know who these people are. Your Queen of Wands friend or mentor or family member, this person is extremely creative and charismatic and like warm, and what Spirit is using, both of these women are very like natural. The queens are creators. Like I said, I don't always say that they are like I don't assign a gender, but they have those quote-unquote classically feminine qualities of like creating, of cultivating, of nourishing and taking care of other people and bringing out the best in them. The Queen of Wands brings out your charisma, your creativity, your fire. The Queen of Pentacles is like an earth mother. She's very good with her money or her business. She's very solid and dependable. And the Queen of Wands is like kind of like fireworks, where the Queen of Pentacles is like, just as you might think looking at the picture, like the Queen of Wands lights things up. The Queen of Pentacles brings things down to earth and grows things, okay? So this person can help light up and like make your life more brilliant, and this person can help you cultivate like wealth and groundedness, centeredness. Now I find it really interesting that the Queen and the King showed up not just in your spread together, like a Queen and a King of the same suit speak to me often of like partnership and possibly marriage. So this may be like a married couple in your life. This could even be like, this is my mom and dad. You know what I mean? Like, the King of Pentacles, similar to the Queen of Pentacles, is very like solid and a very like nurturing, but it's like a quiet, stalwart kind of nourishing from the King. He's kind of like the dad that doesn't always say, I love you, but always make sure that you have like gas in your tank. You know what I mean? Like, might be a little quiet, might be a little conservative, but very generous and very smart. Both of these people are very savvy when it comes to like money, business, work, how to use my resources. So tap these people. If it's like for advice or whatever, like I said, feels like people want to help you this month, and there is a major, 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 major victory ahead. It's a potential. It's in store. Because, you know, a tarot reading is not like, oh, here's your fortune set in stone. A tarot reading is like, here are all the potentials and pitfalls laid in front of you based on your past and present decisions. Now you can choose to take advantage or not. You know what I mean? So this victory can be yours, Pisces, but it will require you kind of, for one thing, taking the advice of these people. That's what I feel strongly, especially these two queens. They are on either side of this victory for you. So perhaps, again, mentors or friends or people that you want to work with or just get advice from, but either way, it helps you reach this, like, it helps you take control and drive in the direction that you want to. The Chariot is about uniting kind of opposing forces and even using things like obstacles that are put in front of you to get further on. For example, what Spirit is saying, like showing me, is kind of like somebody setting down like a big ramp in the middle of like a track. Like, sure, the Chariot could just try to avoid that, or it could use that to gain momentum. You know what I mean? And just like fly over and get some air. It benefits you this month to be very creative and to throw your idea out into the world and not be afraid of the competition. Feels like maybe some of you are like, ugh, but there's other people that want to do this thing, or, you know, you're a very sensitive sign, Pisces, and if somebody around you, especially people that you love or care about or respect, kind of say like, oh, I don't know if that's such a great idea, or like, oh, is that really how you're going to do it? You can get very discouraged. Like, unless you have like some strong Aries or like, you know, kind of like fiery or earth energy in your chart, it can be easy for you to just be like, oh, I wondered if it was not good enough. Like, okay, that's all I needed. You know, like some confirmation that it wasn't good enough. Like, and you can get in your head. And you can start, nobody can hurt you like you, Pisces. You know what I mean? Like, nobody can stab you in the heart like you can stab you in the heart, just with your own thoughts and like, you know, fortune telling your future in a way that is like really not positive. And look at these 2 9s next to each other. This is satisfaction and like wish fulfillment, and this is anxiety. And this is what they're telling me, Pisces, is like they're telling you to throw your hat in the ring and put your ideas out there because you'll get satisfaction out of it. Now, that said, it puts you in your head too, and that's why they're saying, look, if you're going to be creative and anybody who's trying to do anything and like make a name for themselves or create something for themselves, there are going to be people who come out of the woodwork to tell you that it sucks or it stinks or to question it or to question you or whatever. But look, you're going to get the satisfaction. It's up to you if you want to get stuck in your head about it. It's up to you if you want to let these people stop you from feeling this kind of like, ooh, yes, like I built my little hive at the bottom of the card, like, and now it's creating these bees that are going to create this never-ending source of honey for me. You're creating something that could be even self-sustaining, Pisces. So don't let the voices of a few detractors stop you or confuse you or slow you down. Trust the people around you that have your best interests at heart. And also, this is what Spirit is saying, it's like they have their own thing going. Like, they have their own thing going, and therefore they're not going to be sort of small-minded about it and talking to you from a place of their own insecurity. So they're getting deep, Pisces. But you know, here's the thing that they're now telling me is like, I love you, Pisces. Like, I'm covering my face because I'm just like, oh, I hear you, Spirit. Because you are such a like sensitive and empathic and very like, you're the sign of sacrifice, okay? And sometimes you will let people into your circle that are a drain on you. Now, I'm not telling you that you should kick these people out of your life and screw them and whatever. Some of them might be family. Some of them might be like somebody you never would want to get rid of or whatever. And that's totally fine, because I would never tell you to do that. But what I would tell you is that there is no traction without friction. That is one of the messages of the Chariot. Your victory requires being challenged. So please take the challenges that you receive as nods from the universe and green lights saying, yes, if this challenges you and this scares you, this is probably a good direction to go in so that you can conquer this fear. So that you can discover how powerful you actually really are. Instead of retreating or instead of giving it up because you don't want to upset anybody or offend anybody, go for it. Go for it. And look, there's no rush. In fact, the Hanged Man says there may be like kind of a pause in the action, kind of a slowdown as you shift your perspective and think about a way that you want to do things that is a little different. And Spirit is saying like that is coming in the form of inspiration. So some of you may even be like, wow, I've been working really hard and I need to give myself a little time off. And then comes this inspiration. Like, these two paired together is pretty freaking powerful because the Hanged Man is like surrender, and then the Star is hope and magic entering your life. So when you surrender, hope and magic can enter your life. Woof! How about that? How about when you surrender and just get into the flow, because as a Pisces, that is one of your gifts, to go with the flow. It's just, you know, you want to be choosy about the current and the river that you jump into. Things are changing. The Wheel of Fortune finishes off your reading saying that you are entering a new cycle. June represents sort of a culmination, and it's interesting because we are like halfway through the year, right? So kind of like 180, and now I'm at the top of the wheel, and let me look at what's coming up. Let me look at what the rest of the year that I have to go. Make a plan. Okay, so, you know, looking at the first 6 months of the year, like this is how things have been going. This is the farmer looking at the yield and going, okay, so if I planted all of these seeds, like I sowed all of these seeds, and these are the ones that turned out great, and these are the ones that really came to nothing or were more trouble than they were worth. So let me now adjust my plan, taking me through the rest of the year. So don't be afraid to, you know, prune some things off of your plan-T, your plant. I'm so sorry, oh my God, that's terrible. Off of your plant, so that the rest of it can flourish, so that the parts that you do want to continue growing can get more energy drawn to them. Okay, does that make sense? Just the same way that you would cut the dead or the excess parts off of a plant so that the branches that you do want to keep and grow can really blossom and flourish. Okay, prune your plan, surrender and prune your plan, and things are moving in just a gorgeous direction. The Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot and the Star, like, this is so good, and you really have great advisors around you. Great satisfaction possible. Don't let people deter you and freak you out and get you thinking negatively when things are going so beautifully well. If you start to get into stuck in this space of negativity, that's when you surrender. That's when you relax. Like Spirit is saying that if you were walking through the woods and you stepped accidentally into a snare, and you know, just like the Hanged Man, you were yanked up by your foot and held upside down, you could choose to like fret and worry and like thrash in the net, but that would be like a waste of your energy ultimately, because thrashing around and freaking out is not doing anything to help the situation. To the best of your ability, like, you want to be calm. You want to look around, assess like what's below you, what's above you, what can I do? Is there anything I can do about this? Let me just chill. If anybody looks like they should be freaking out, it's a Hanged Man who's not only hanging by his leg upside down, but it's a snake that is like crawling up his body, and yet he looks super chill and has that halo of enlightenment around his head and has his hands behind his back doing some magical work that we can't see. The Hanged Man takes opportunity, like sees opportunity in life being turned upside down. Like, oh, so my life is turning upside down. That must mean that life wants me to get a new perspective. Rather than, oh my God, my life is turning upside down. Why is this happening to me? Why would they do this to me? Like, just pretend, Pisces, that the universe is a benevolent force. And that, you know, God is energy, and energy is love, and love is God, and etc. And if an obstacle is put in front of you, it is so that you can learn and level up and reach even more success, okay? That is June for you, is like completing a cycle and moving on to the next thing, and it's looking pretty freaking great. So that said, let's move into your Fiercely Focused spread and see what Spirit wants to give you in terms of a theme for your month and the action steps they want you to take to make the most of it. And actually, Pisces, I want to look at you. So I'm going to turn up. Turn up for what? I know that's not the song. Okay. All right, Pisces. So first let's pick the archetype that Spirit wants you to be aware of or embody in the month of June for your highest good. All right, they just threw one down. I haven't seen it yet. Let's find out. Ah! Holy... Pisces, the Chariot, the Star, the Wheel of Fortune, and now literally the ultimate card of the Tarot, the World. This thing that you want and that you're creating has the potential, and I always say has the potential because I don't want to say it's going to be, because it's your choice. Like, if you want it to be, and if you push in this direction, if you push that Wheel of Fortune by taking action, Spirit will get behind and push with you. Like pushing a car and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, am I like super strong or what? Like, this is going way further and faster than I thought. It's because you've committed, and with an open heart, Page of Cups, you have taken like committed action, and then Spirit is like, cool, she really wants it. And there you go. Here's your success. There, we'll just help push you right to the top because you had the courage and you had the fortitude. Whew, we're going to talk more about this, okay? But the world is success. The world is publishing, broadcasting, bigger, better than I thought was possible, even things going worldwide. Some of you might be podcasting, some of you might be teaching, some of you might be moving. This is good. This is big. This is expansive. Okay. So now, with the world in mind as your archetype for June, with ultimate success and enlightenment, wow, as your theme for June, what does Spirit want to tell you about your resources, work, money, business? You're a mutable sign, Pisces, adaptable, flexible, and that's what you want to do. Be a little flexible with your money. Be a little flexible with your resources. Change things around the same way that Spirit was saying, like, change up your plan. Look at what's working. Look at what's not. Look at where, like, ooh, you know what? I bet if I invested a little bit of money in this particular skill, then I could totally leverage that skill to make more money. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what they're saying for you. So it's like scales. You know what I mean? Put a little over here. Raise a little over here. Like, just think about where you're putting your money. And not just your money, but your resources, like, which includes your time, energy, effort. Where are you putting that? And where, if you just moved a little bit more over here, again, could you leverage and get more, like, more bang for your buck? Okay? Okay. All right. Now, let's look at the mental realm. Speaking, writing, hearing. Whoa. All right. Sorry, that was like a whole deck. All right. Let's see. What does Pisces need to know about the mental realm? The swords, might be debates, might be conflicts, might be messages. What do they need to know in June from the swords realm? Beautiful. How many success cards do you need, Pisces, before you're going to be like, damn, like, I'm good? Ace of Swords is a card of clarity and speaking the truth, but it's also a card of career success. You see the crown on top with, like, the laurel and the holly. Those are herbs of casting out doubt and evil. Evil being, you know, bullshit. Casting out doubt and bullshit and bringing in victory. You even have the 6 little dancing flames around the base of the sword. They reference the 6 of Wands, which is the victory card in the tarot. Victory. If you get clear, and then you are clear with the people around you about what you want, it seems to me that in June, you have an almost assured victory. Man, oh man. And I also like to see that Ace of Swords when you had that 9 of Swords as one of the only sort of negative cards in your previous spread, because the 9 of Swords is about, like, getting trapped and stuck in your head, and the Ace of Swords is about clearing clouds of doubt and just being like, if I keep asking myself this question, I'm freaking myself out. Maybe I should just go to the person and ask them the question and, like, get things cleared up. So even if it's a bad answer or the answer I didn't want, at least I'm not, like, in my head and worrying and thinking and thinking and thinking. You know what I'm saying? So speak your piece. Ooh, love it. Victory. Okay. So now let's look at your element, your emotions, your feelings, what's going on in your relationships. Whether Spirit wants to focus on family love, romantic love. Oh, okay. Threw it right on out again. Here's you walking away from things and people that are not nourishing. Here's you walking away from stuff that has grown stagnant because you're pursuing, this is what Spirit is saying, is a new adventure. And they really are saying, like, it's new ground. Sometimes when I feel this, it's like, oh, you're pursuing a new relationship or, like, something like that. But with this, I feel like you really are changing, like, the landscape of your life. And it doesn't mean that you have to necessarily, like, switch locations or whatever in the month of June. But June may be the month where you, like, decide some long-term stuff for yourself that, like, hey, well, by December, I'm out. Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're laying down plans. Like, ooh, and this is good. This is hard because it's hard to walk away from things that we've invested a lot of like our heart and our love and our energy into. But the moment that we become like courageous enough to walk away, it's because like we've recognized that sipping from those old cups was, if anything, just going to be poisonous at this point. You've really moved on. You really, like, when they said that your reading ends with that Wheel of Fortune of like a cycle has ended and a new one is beginning, you're done with certain things and ready to just be done. Like, done because there's so much good stuff ahead of you. Hello. Like, why would I want to be bogged down and worrying about these 8 teeny tiny, like, finite cups when the whole world is at my fingertips? Okay, Pisces. And finally, let us see what is charging you up, what is exciting you, what is firing you up in the month of June for Pisces. Sun, Moon, and Rising in the month of June. What do they need to know about the fiery realm spirit in June? June 2018 for Pisces. You had the King and Queen of Pentacles. You had the Queen of Wands. King of Wands. 2 pair. 2 pair, baby. Like, I don't even play poker. I don't know. I know nothing. That's not even a pair. Shut up. Don't make fun of me, Pisces. I don't know. Okay, my point is that you have the King and Queen of Wands and the King and Queen of Pentacles. You have some influencers around you that can really also help you get the message out. And the King of Wands is somebody who can, that's like a fearless leader, natural leader, much like the Queen of Wands, except the King of Wands is also like, they're a leader in their own right. And I feel like in some way, both of your kingdoms are going to mix. I don't know. That's what they said. Like, so it feels like maybe for some of you, you invite the King of Wands to be a part of like your work or your presentation or your business, and then they do the same for you. And they are using the word influencer, so I feel like there's some kind of like exchange, like some kind of promotion at hand here. But like I said before, when we meet a court card in the reading or in life, it is because they're there to evoke those qualities in us. So what I'm really taking from this, Pisces, is that for you to have the world embrace your fiery, creative, sure, and committed side. Act like the King of Wands, which is like a Leo. They're a fixed sign, the opposite of you. You're mutable, flexible, like, which is great, don't change. But the fixedness of a Leo is like, I know what I want, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I don't question it. I don't doubt it. I know there's going to be blood, sweat, tears, doubts. I know. It's fine. I know what I'm looking for, and I won't stop till I get it. Boom shakalaka. I love it, Pisces. All right. Thank you for being here, Pisces. I really appreciate you. And if you have questions or comments, please let me know below in the comments, or you can find me on social. All my info is linked below, including how to get a personal reading or how to join my little magic school, help support the channel, and learn some astrology, tarot, practical magic tips at the same time. I appreciate you so much, Pisces. I hope you have a really magical month. You've got the world at your fingertips, okay? So you really got to go for it. Wishing you lots of love and success, and I want to hear how it goes, all right? And if I don't see you before then, I hope I see you in July. Bye, Pisces.